What's up, y'all? Welcome to our second episode of Pick Your Brain Podcast, a platform to showcase creatives, social issues, mental health, and community empowerment. I am Simone Tayaba.
It's your boy, DJ Asthmatic, also known as Kyle Francis Ordona da Carlos.
What up, Kim folks? It's Mike D. What's good?
It's your boy, Jonathan Mendoza. What's up, a.k.a. MC Churro.
And for this second episode, we're going to get to know a little bit of Simone, CCC Money, y'all. Let's get it.
Who that?
What's up, guys?
So last week, y'all got to know a little bit more about me. Now we're moving on to Simone, and we're going to go to the other two hosts. So y'all ready to know a little bit more about who Simone is altogether? We're going to pick her brain today, y'all.
Yo, Kyle. I think it's only fair if we start off the interview same thing as last time.
All right, then.
Who the fuck are you?
Who that?
Ooh,
Who said that last time?
I did.
Oh,
Simone.
she did.
I said that.
Simone.
So yeah, who are you?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. My name's Simone Tayaba, and, I'm from the Bay Area, as, everybody knows. As of right now, I'm a college student. I go to school full-time. I also work full-time, and yeah, that's pretty much what I do right now. So I guess that's who I am.
Hey, I gotta give it up to the folks that's studying and doing school and working and hustling, y'all. Yeah, again, big ups to the folks that are doing that work. So yeah,
It is hard in these streets.
Hey, to be real with y'all,
forget about it.
Forget about it. Simone really is the definition of a hustler, y'all.
Okay,
I'll tell
okay.
y'all that for sure. Okay. So what do you do exactly? Let's start off with school. Mm-hmm. What are you studying in school? What do you want to do?
Well, as of right now, I'm a kinesiology, and that's my what's this called, undergrad. And then after my undergrad, I plan on going to doctorate school for physical therapy, and I'm actually also thinking of going to graduate school for sports psychology. That's something that I recently want to pursue. And also I have a whole bunch of different things that I want to do on the side. But as for school, that's what I want to do. But yeah.
Kinesiology, is that when you can read your mind?
Isn't that psychology? That's Jonathan's major.
Nah, bro. That's that ESPN, bro.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what kinesiology is, it's pretty much the study of movement, physical activity.
Okay.
Yeah, some regular schmegular sports thingies.
Maybe that's why you're into dancing too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing on the
Study
list,
of
right?
movement.
See money dances. What's up?
Forget about it.
That's true. That's
I am
true.
also a dancer.
Ooh, what kind of
You even
dancer?
dance, bro?
What kind of dancer though? That's a question.
What kind of ballet and shit? I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
really? Hey, what's wrong with
Sample.
ballet?
We got a sample.
I actually did do ballet before, but that was only for a year, and I didn't like my teacher. But anyways, so there's this. It's kind of hard to explain, because usually when people ask, "Oh, what do you do?" What do you do? A lot of people say hip hop, which is. It's not false, but at the same time, it's not hip hop. It's actually urban choreography, and that stems from hip hop, because if you know the history of hip hop, which most of us do, urban choreography, or what we call hip hop now in terms of a dance form, it isn't the original form of what actually hip hop is. So yeah, urban choreography, if we want to be technically correct.
Okay.
But yeah, I usually just say hip hop because people know.
That's what people know. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, what was the first dance group that you were a part of when you started?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so So I used to take dance lessons at this studio called NorCal Dance Arts. Shout out to you guys. And my first dance group was called Hungry Kids. Yeah, and I actually started, I think, going into my freshman year for that, because my teacher at the time, when I was just taking regular dance lessons, he was actually the director for it, and he saw something in me. He was actually my mentor too, so shout out Randy. But yeah, so it was Hungry Kids, and then after that, I went to Syndikids. And yeah, after that, I didn't continue dancing just because at the time I was pursuing track and school, and I just didn't have time to dance anymore, which is sad. But yeah, that's pretty much the timeline of like my dancing and stuff. So yeah.
Hungry Kids. Why? Wait. Why Hungry Kids? What does that mean?
Well, our like slogan was "Stay hungry, stay humble," which is like, you know, when you're passionate about something, you always want to have that hunger, that drive to be better and do better. And I think I learned a lot from dance. Like, I took a lot away from it. And just that saying alone, it stuck with me forever because, you know, stay hungry. Like, you always want to be working harder. You always want to have that base motivation for whatever you do. So,
Facts.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild. Okay. So, speaking of passion, so of course dance is one of them. What else are your other passions in life?
Wow, this is actually a hard question to answer. I actually have a lot of passions, but I think other than, you know, okay, so I guess you could base it off of what I want to do in life. I've always been the type to want to help people, whether it be like, you know, in their physical health or their mental health or all of that. But I think that's one of my main passions, is just seeing how I could contribute to everybody's life and stuff like that. But if we're talking like passion in the creative sense, obviously I like to dance. I've been getting into photography lately.
Ooh.
But just for fun, just because like I'm the type of person who sees something they like, doesn't want like has a perfect image how I want it to be, and there's no other way I could get that image unless I do it myself. So that's why I've been getting into photography, just because, like, you know, I like the art of like pictures, like people taking pictures, creating images, seeing the artist's like mind and stuff like that. So
That's an expensive hobby, by the way.
yes, it is.
Wait, what was the last camera that you bought?
Actually, okay, so the last camera that I bought was a film camera, and it's the Canon AE1. Everybody knows this camera just because like it's usually the one that people start off with when they're getting into film. And the reason why I chose to get into film at first is just because, I don't know, I think I'm an old person inside,
you're
deep down.
Yeah, hella old.
I'm an old
Yeah,
soul.
for real. Right before the session, Simone was like, "Yo, anybody want oatmeal?"
Like, my head hurts. My head hurts
Does
already.
anyone have
Where's
It's
Tylenol?
past my
Where's my
bedtime.
cranberry juice?
Right here, y'all. Tylenol.
Tylenol right now. Yeah,
If y'all don't see since y'all don't see the visuals, if you're listening to the podcast, we have some Tylenol right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, I don't-
Whoa, wait! I don't want to get hit by no like copyright or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's not
Block it
Tylenol.
out. We'll block it out. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like that old look, that vintage look, I guess you could say. Yeah.
So in terms of like photography, like, is there a specific image that you like to capture? What is that specific image?
Ooh, yes.
question.
That's a good
Wow.
question. I really admire street photography and just capturing moments of random people. That sounds so creepy because it's like, you know, you're taking pictures of people you don't know. But I think, like, let's just say you end up capturing a picture of a mom holding their little kid's hand walking through the street. I feel like that says so much in that picture. You know, it just like shows like the bond of a mother and a child, like stuff like that. It's just like you have no idea what the hell is going on in their life, and you just capture that moment. It's just like, I think it's cool. So
You're a people stalker.
What is that one quote? Like a
my
picture
God.
can be worth 1,000 words or something. Did I say that right?
yeah,
I hope I
picture's worth
did.
1,000
Yeah,
words.
a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
But Jonathan isn't. Just kidding.
What?
Oh, sorry. What?
Wait. Wait, did this turn into a wrestling
No,
session?
I just.
But yeah.
You know what, Kyle? I'm gonna egg your car, bro.
Forget it.
Hey, this is about C Money. Come on now.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's not. Does that sound weird that I want to take pictures of random people?
No.
No.
I think one of the most interesting is that, you know, everyone comes from different background experiences, and every person is different in their own. And so the idea of capturing a moment within their life, wherever they're at, I think it's something beautiful.
Yes.
And and the way you can present it artistically and visually, I think that's something cool. And maybe I'd like to see more of some photos that you've taken.
Yeah.
Maybe put together a portfolio.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's facts. That's facts. As I've always wanted that one friend who just takes random ass photos.
Yes.
Never had that friend really.
Same.
But you be posing though.
He said,
who be posting? Oh yeah, I got a little timer thing. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so you talked about some topics, that you essentially just that's your passions, So are those some of the topics that you want to bring to the podcast, or do you have other ideas that you also wanted to bring as well too?
So in terms of the podcast, I mostly want to bring in mental health. That's the mental health aspect we have in this podcast. And I feel like, I'm not licensed, or I'm not like a professional, and I'm not even like studying like right now, like studying like the brain or how it works and stuff. But I have lived for 21 years and, I have my own experiences and my own battles in my head, and just like rough patches, I would say. And I, come from a different background than a lot of people. And I think what I have to say with certain things, or how I deal with certain things, could possibly help people. And, like nobody has to listen to my advice or like any of that. But I feel like if one person can take away from how I've dealt with certain experiences, then, that's all that matters.
Yeah, no, just one thing too, is I feel like experiences in life, is worth so much more than reading it from a book.
Yes.
Like if you have experienced it yourself and gone through those edgy waters and shit, then that's something that that you can never learn from a book altogether.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally feel
And also
that.
one thing I'd like to add too is just sort of like, obviously the study is important, but as Kyle said, experience also matters too, because a lot of the time, a lot of people just feel stuck. They feel like nobody can relate. So if you have a similar experience, or, you're just able to talk to somebody about like, similar feelings and stuff like that, then that's also very helpful too, because people feel a connect. Because most times, like I said, people feel distanced, and that's where distanced. So that's where a lot of, mental health issues arise, that sort of stuff. So no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that theory is very important. I mean, the practice in itself, and understanding your own experience, and then learning about the theory in terms of mental health, and learning about, studying about it, actually help you better understand your own experiences. And then when you practice the next time, you could be better. And then the more you struggle, the more you learn, and then so on. It's like, it's a cyclic thing that happens, that we practice, and then we see other people's experiences in terms of studies and theories, and then we practice again, and so on and so on. And I think, that's a way to really better ourselves in terms of, strengthening our own mental health. And again, your own experience in itself is yours. And I think we can learn, learning is mutual in essence, and we can learn from each other's experience. And so, yeah.
How about this?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Jonathan. My bad.
I was gonna add one more thing. Yeah, and I think also, I was studying psychology, switched my majors to Latinx studies. Just focusing on the culture, history, politics of Latin America. So one of the things, I was actually having a conversation, kind of like somewhat related to this, with one of my former classmates, and we were talking about how, like, theory is great. Obviously, you need to understand these concepts and stuff like that. But as I think it's Fred Hampton, he said it. He said, "Theory's cool, but theory without practice ain't shit." And it's just sort of like, if you can understand these theories and these concepts, that's great. But for us, especially people of color, to try to help out our own folks within our own community, if you can't explain this to your average Joe, then it's just sort of like, then like, what, it's kind of like, then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if, because then it's just sort of like, if you use sophisticated language and all this sort of stuff, what are you trying to do? Trying to like kind of stroke your ego, knowing that you know these complex words, or are you actually trying to help out folks in your own community and explain these concepts, but in a different manner?
Put it in practice. And I think there was there's a word that he said it was like intellectual masturbation.
Oh,
That's what they call it.
oh wow! I did not know that. Oh. PYB, pretty
That's
young
Kyle.
Browns.
That's Kyle every time he finds mixes with ketchup and ranch.
Okay, okay. Now, I guess it's birding. Okay, all right. So next question. Okay, Simone. So hopping off that, what struggle that you're comfortable sharing? What's a struggle that you were able to overcome, and how did it kind of, how did you do that?
Ooh.
If we're talking about mental health,
I think one of the things that a lot of us go through, being young, growing up, is just caring too much about what other people say about us, and being in our heads too much, and thinking, oh, should I do this? Oh, I want to do this, but then think like, oh, maybe I don't want to do that because this person might say this or this, that, like letting outside factors come into play with what we truly want to do. And especially being so connected within each other through social media. We see so much of what other people are doing. Everybody has an opinion on everything. It's hard not to let those opinions get to you. And I feel like with me, throughout like the years, I've let a lot of that get to me, and now that I'm in this point in my life, I know how to deal with it, and I have overcome a lot of those like fears just with dealing with people's opinions about me, with what I want to do and all that stuff. So I think that's one of the biggest things I could bring, is like how to just like not care.
Facts. Okay. Because let's put into like, what did it do to your mental health when you were thinking in that way, in that perspective of things?
It just ate up my brain. It just ate me up so much. It just made me feel so insecure. It literally made me feel like I wasn't shit. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't the person that everybody wants me to be, and it just makes you feel like you're a piece of dirt, when you let everything consume you and let everybody's opinions about you kind of matter in your life. But yeah, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way. Even if, scrolling through Twitter, you always see like people talking about like, oh, like this, that. I feel this way. I'm so sad. Why are people like this? And like, it's just like, dang, like I remember when I was in a place where I would always let that consume me. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the real battle was not necessarily external, but it's really internal to you.
Yeah.
And how you're dealing with like your own emotions. And it's not that we care less about what people think. It's just we could figure out how to be less impacted by those things. Because again, internal is decisive, and things happen internally to us. So we have our own internal things that we have to like get over. I mean, in addition, there's also external things that we have to like figure out how to get over it. So, but I think internally is the most important thing, and so yeah.
And like you can't.
One of my favorite Kendrick lyrics is it was always me against the world until I found out it was me versus me. And so that's just sort of like, that hit different because, as, both of you were saying, the problem is when a lot of these thoughts and emotions and feelings get internalized, and it's just sort of like trying to fight your own demons. Like, oh my God.
Yep. And I always try to tell myself like, the world is cruel. So why am I going to be cruel to myself?
Ooh.
Right. So like,
Kidding.
Quote of the day.
Forget about it.
All right,
Quote of
that's
the
the end
day.
of the podcast. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Drop the mic. Let's go.
Okay. So, with that, so you have these ideas and topics that you want to bring, you feel? So, what is your individual goal for the podcast, though? What do you want?
So as an individual, it just, like I said before, if I could get through one person and one person takes in what I say and applies it to their life, and they're able to live happier and live a life where they don't get affected so much by what's going on around them, then that's great. I think as an individual, that's awesome. So,
And I think you're already doing that, and the idea that I'm inspired in terms of your work ethic and the way, again, crediting the you going to school and still working at the same time, and then doing these podcasts and other things that you want to do. So yeah, definitely makes me want to like look back at myself and like I gotta get back into like work harder than So yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we all push each other in some form, and I look up to you too. So you're inspiring someone.
I'm just kidding. How about you, Jonathan? Tell me more.
He said, nah.
Oh, I look up to you as well, when it comes to, trying to emulate some dance moves, what I'm saying?
Let's go.
I move like a Minecraft character. Dancing is just not my...
Like a block. Like a block.
PYB dance class, let's go. Let us see money.
I mean, also physically, she's kind of sitting higher above us, so we are kind of looking up to her.
Yeah, we're looking up to her.
If you guys can see this, all our chairs are different. We haven't bought chairs yet. So.
Appreciate your black and brown queens, y'all. Come on now, black and brown queens, stand up. That's why she's in the high chair.
The hot seat is
the hot seat. Yes, exactly. Okay, so on top of that, so you're talking about inspiration. Who inspires you?
Ooh.
You feel?
This is a doozy. I actually didn't look at the questions beforehand. I should have. But well, this is gonna sound like really weird, but like when I explain it, you guys will get it. I don't really draw inspiration for anyone specific. There are specific things that people do that inspire me, but I kind of try to live my life not putting anyone at a pedestal, even if they do great or even though I'm inspired by what they do, because I've kind of just experienced that when you admire somebody and when you put them at a certain expectation, they can disappoint you.
For sure.
And I don't say that in like I'm trying to protect myself from disappointment. I'm just saying that they're human. And if I expect them to act a certain way and be a certain way, then I'm kind of, I don't want to say dehumanizing them, but I'm kind of just like making them to be perfect when they're not perfect. They're just a human being, and I don't want to put that certain pressure on somebody. And I also don't want to put that certain pressure on myself, feeling like, oh my God, like that person is above me. I need to be like them. It's just more of like what certain people do that inspire me. So.
I think that's. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Mike.
I think that's a great outlook in life, and I think you said it that no one's perfect, and I think there are a lot of people who do great things, but at the same time we are human, and we make mistakes, and the idea of having outlook in a sense of not putting someone in pedestal, and the idea like looking at the actions that you can be inspired by specific actions that are great, and so but not that specific person. So I like that idea. I like that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We're all equal.
Yep.
And if you want to, you could be at a certain, like, let's say, okay, Will Smith. I love Will Smith so much.
Entanglement.
Like, yes.
Entanglement.
Okay,
that part.
Wait, hold on.
Minus all the drama.
That's not what
That
your
part.
Instagram story said a couple days ago. Okay, didn't you have Brad Pitt on there? What you trying to say to Brad Pitt? What you trying to say? I might hit him up right now, bro.
Oh my
be
God.
like, yo, Simone, she disrespecting you out here.
I mean, like for example, Will Smith. If I want to be at a point where Will Smith is, I'm gonna do it. Like
That's
if I want to, I'll do it.
So in terms of career wise, where he's at and the influence that he has, those are something that in specific of the act, right? The things that he's in, not necessarily the person as a pedestal, but the idea of where he's at.
Yeah, like that inspires me. Like what he does inspires me. Like for example, like if you guys watch his YouTube videos, I highly suggest you do. In one of the videos, I get like his family was on a trip and he went, I think, scuba diving, and he said something to them. He was like, once you get like, how did you guys feel? Like you guys were scared, right? But what did you guys see after you came over that fear? And he was like, beauty. You saw the beauty of the ocean, beauty of whatever they were doing. And then I was like, oh wow, like that's literally how life is. He was saying that's how life is. If you get over that fear, you'll see the beauty of what the world is.
For sure. Back to practice.
Hey, do y'all need a beat? Do y'all need someone to mix and master your song?
Yes.
Yes.
They do.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
do?
let's go.
If you are a rapper or a singer, this podcast is brought to you by at tmac.the.tuna on Instagram. We also have a link to his Instagram on our podcast page through Buzzsprout. So make sure y'all check him out. Big shout out to T-Mac. He's the one who also made the intro to our podcast, the little beat in the beginning.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that fire ass beat? Shoot, Jonathan should have rapped on it. MC Churro, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Don't call me
rapper.
MC for nothing.
Yeah, you don't have to be a rapper or singer. Anything with music.
Yeah, if you're
Again,
looking for an intro on your videos.
yeah, and if you have a podcast,
Oh, yeah.
anything that he can produce. So come check him out.
Facts.
Yes.
Are you trying to
Alright.
show up DJ Asthmatic on a set? Hit up T-Mac.
There you go. There
Let's
you
go,
Actually,
go.
he's a
let's go.
producer. I'm only a DJ. I just mix songs, all right?
Got him.
All right.
All right.
Oh yeah, and of course our second sponsor is Ugat Clothing. Forget about it. Ugat in English means roots. Roots. So basically, it's about our culture, our history, our struggle as Filipinos, and and that's the way we tell the story about people through our clothing, through our stylish lifestyle brand. So come check it out.
Yes.
And our tagline is "Know Your Roots." Forget
Period.
about it. Yeah.
No
Let's
If
go.
you-
Let's go.
If you're not Filipino, wear it anyways.
forget about it.
Because
That's
you're
right.
part of our family too.
Ugatclothing.com. Let's go.
Period.
Right here, look at this, right over here. This is one of the masks that he got as well, too.
Cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
got a hat.
Product placement.
Cover it
Product
right
placement.
over here. Oh, the Philippine
Let's
flag.
go.
Pinoy pride.
Yeah, come
Pinoy
check
pride.
that out. Come
Pinoy
check that
pride.
out. Let's go.
Alright. Okay, back to interviewing and picking the brain of Simone Maria Tayaba.
It's
Who
Maria
that?
Simone Tayaba.
Oh shit!
Who that? Who that?
I don't know you that much.
Kyle is like one of the closest people to
Bruh.
me. And he doesn't even know my
I
name.
didn't know his name. Forget it.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm just so used to Simone now. Ever since you like rebranded yourself.
Rebranding.
Okay, can I get this out
Let's
there?
talk about that.
Can we
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
my
that.
name? All
Rebranding.
right.
Jonathan can vouch,
Forget
right?
about it.
All right.
Kyle, forget about it.
All right. I have explained myself many times with
Okay,
this. 'Cause- Okay, so let's take it back. When I was born,
Okay.
my name on my birth certificate is Maria Simone Rivera Tayaba.
Whoa.
But when you're Filipino and you're Catholic, you need to have a Catholic name. So that's why my name is Maria. My mom's name is also Maria. A lot of the girls in my family's first name is Maria or have a Maria in their name. But my name is Simone. I go by Simone. I've grown up by Simone. And many of you who have known me from, I would say, middle school to high school-ish know me as Maria. Reason being is when I moved from San Jose to Milpitas, I was too shy to tell the teacher that my name was Simone. So he called me Maria and I just went with it. And then I got tired of it because every time someone would say my name, I'm like, that's not me.
Maria.
I would be like, that is not me. So then finally, I think end of sophomore year or beginning of junior year, I was like, it's Simone. My name is Simone. Like, that's me. I'm Simone. And yeah, and people were confused, but people caught on and they just started calling me Simone. So everything's okay.
That was me and Jonathan. That was us.
Yeah. I think because you guys met me like my freshman year.
Freshman year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, Maria.
Yeah. Sorry about
Simone.
I'm just kidding.
Simone.
No, it's okay. I mean, some people still call me Maria to this day. I don't really care, but
Okay. See
I
money.
prefer Simone. And everyone outside of school calls me Simone. So
Got him.
yeah. And I also have a nickname.
Damn, bro, I could just imagine a situation where you guys remember Key and Peele substitute teacher. You know what I'm saying?
The name, the
like,
names.
you know,
AA Ron.
they're like Maria Tayaba, and Simone's like, it's Simone. It's like, if you say one more Franklin ass shit, it's just like, oh God.
Don't call her Maria, y'all. Call her Simone.
All right. Simone. I apologize.
Now they
It's
know.
okay.
Now they know. Now they
Now you
know.
guys know.
Now we
I'm
know.
playing.
You live
Remember,
and you
folks,
learn.
it's not Maria, it's not Simon, it's Simone. All right.
Facts.
Okay.
Period. Some people actually call me Simon, which is funny.
Really?
They just, because they just call me Simon for fun. I don't really care, but
Okay.
Do you have a nickname at the house?
yeah.
What is your nickname? Are you willing to share?
Yeah, I could share it. My family calls me Mon.
Mon. What is Mon? Why
It's short
Mon?
for Simone.
Ah.
M-O-N. Yeah. M-O-N.
What's up, Mon?
Mon.
Yeah, you can call me Mon if you want. Only like my close family member. My family members, like in the Philippines and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, what's this called? They also call me Momon.
Momon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the Momo.
Like Mamon?
Like Mamon, yes.
Cause
And my
she's-
grandma used to say, oh, like, because I like Mamon so much. She was like, oh, Mamon, Mamon.
Do you have like a pusong Mamon?
Pusong Mamon?
Yeah.
What is that? Heart Mamon? Mamon?
Basically, pusong Mamon is like it means that you're sensitive because Mamon is the
the
bread.
sponge.
It's like really soft and really So
yeah, I'm actually very sensitive.
okay, that's why pusong Mamon.
Yeah. Pusong Mamon. Wow.
Yeah.
That's my new nickname.
you know, hearing this from a Mexican perspective, I'm just like, oh boy, because like mamon is like a pejorative term. it's Spanish, so I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, thank God.
Yeah, and like
you know,
What is it? What is it in Mexican culture? What is it? Break it down.
oh
little
my
bit.
God.
Just a
Oh,
segue,
no.
just a segue.
Oh, no.
just a segue.
Well, okay, so I don't really know how to like describe it, kind of pinpoint.
Mhm.
I just know it's like it's kind of like used in a insulting kind of way in Spanish. I don't really know how to pinpoint it,
Yeah.
but like, you know, they'll be like "no seas mamón" or some shit like that. So just sort of like
Yeah.
stop being like. I'm gonna look this up.
Okay.
I feel kind of. I kind of feel a little called out, you know what I'm saying? By my fellow Mexicans and Latinx people.
My bad.
And also like
podcast, but it's okay.
And also, like, I've, like, at work sometimes when I come across some people, they're like, oh, you know what your name means? Or, like, it's kind of like a saying. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, they said, like, Simone. Like, I don't know what that means, though. Like, do you know what that means?
Simone.
Simone. Like, I don't know. They be saying that. Like, when they say my
Oh,
name.
okay.
What does that
Well,
mean?
Well, okay, so like in Spanish, or at
Mhm.
least like within my Mexican culture, right? Like when somebody says, "Oh, Simone," it's
Yeah.
just sort of like it's kind of an agreement term. So it's just sort of like, you know, it's just sort of like, for example, right? If I got Kyle some ketchup, right? I'd just be like, "Hey, yo," it'd be like, "Yo, Kyle, I got you some ketchup," and and then Kyle would respond like, "Oh, Simone, way," you know, something like that. An agreement, sort of like.
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
I see it now.
Wow.
You
That's
Yeah.
you learn
crazy.
something every day.
New
That's
Yeah.
catchphrase for today.
Mhm.
oh, Simone.
You know what's funny? Y'all be talking about that this whole time. I'm thinking about Momo from Avatar. That's what I'm thinking about the whole
You
time.
know, I knew for a fact you were gonna jump to that because, like, weren't you like binge watching that show?
Yeah, I love Avatar. I was gonna be Zuko for
Period.
Halloween, but yeah,
But yeah.
but it didn't work out. I'm gonna be a wrestler. So y'all
Wrestler.
know. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm a
You're
choke
gonna get
slam you,
arrested?
Jonathan. Okay, so hopping, going back to interviewing on who Simone is. Get it right, Simone. All right. What music do you listen to?
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. You know how we were talking about what I'm passionate about? I forgot. I collect music. Vinyls, CDs, cassette players. I'm into music.
Everything.
Anyways, yeah, the music I listened to mostly, well, growing up was R&B, mostly, like old school R&B, 90s R&B. And I don't think I started listening to, like, music, like, more recent music until, like, my junior year of high school, which is embarrassing. But, yeah, mostly R&B, hip-hop, rap, country. I don't listen to country that much, but I like all music. I'm a music connoisseur, I would say.
Okay. What is that name on the that one R&B band that you like?
Band
Or
Like group of people?
in terms of
Singer.
R&B, in regards to R&B.
Well, I will tell you the song that I would.
Will you sing it?
Oh my god!
Do it.
No.
Sing.
Oh, oh my gosh! No.
Sample. Let's go.
A song that I like.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, a song that I listened to a lot, like when I was like younger, was a song called "Because of You" by Keith Martin. Do you guys know that song?
We don't know.
How does it go? How does it go?
We gotta hear it. We gotta hear
I
it.
can't sing, but I'm gonna sing a little.
Try it
How
in.
does it go?
It goes like "Because of you."
It's okay.
No, I can't.
It's just us. No one's
I'm not gonna
listening.
lie. I'm not gonna lie, Simone. I thought you said Sean Paul. I was like, how you gonna sing that? I heard Sean Paul, so I was like, you got that right. I'm dying. Or something.
It goes, because of you, my life has changed. Thank you for the love and the joy.
Oh, okay,
That
okay,
song.
okay. I know it now.
Yeah.
You are a pusong mamon.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, I have this theory where the music you grew up listening to is a reflection of like your like love life ish. Like me personally, I'm like, am I this sappy and like lovey dovey because I listen to so many like old school like love songs and shit like that? Like, am I, like, I don't know. It's just a theory that I thought of. But yeah. Other than that, I also like, obviously, like Boys to Men. I have all their CDs.
Oh.
Lauryn Hill.
The classic.
Lauryn Hill.
I'm pretty
classic.
sure if you don't know
Okay.
who Lauryn Hill is and you like R&B, then you should listen to Lauryn Hill. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for real.
Or get out of here.
I would also say hip hop too, because if you don't know Lauryn Hill,
Yeah.
you missing out.
Yeah.
Right?
Miseducation of Lauryn
Facts.
Hill.
Yes. I think if anyone has a vinyl collection, everyone should have that in their vinyl collection. I recommend it.
Wait. You have a vinyl collection. You have a cassette collection.
Yes.
Cassette.
What other collection you have in regards to music?
CDs as well, because my parents, they have a lot of CDs and they just gave it to me. They actually recently took it back to borrow it because
Oh.
they're on a like little reminiscing phase.
Okay.
Oh, you just put them out there, just like. Have you ever made have you ever burned a CD for someone?
No, but I found my parents and it was so cute. But I want to start burning cassette tapes. Not
Oh.
burning. It's not called burning, but like recording on cassette tapes, like playlists and stuff. So like, if you guys want one, I can make you one. But yeah. But yeah.
So you get it from your parents. It's what they listen to, and you enjoyed it, and you took it in as yours.
Yes.
And so I see.
Yeah, and I also hate when my dad goes, "What do you know about this? What do you know about
Oh,
this?" And I'm
calling
just
you
like,
out.
I'm just like, you taught me. Like, I literally grew up listening to it. But
I've
yeah,
been watching you.
right? I'd be listening to you.
I've been listening to you. What you listen
But
to?
yeah, I love like, even though like there are times where I would like not even listen to music on my phone, even though it's easier, I would literally just pop in a CD, like get up, pop in another CD. Yeah, I like old shit, But yeah.
The old school, old soul, old music,
Old style.
old style.
Yeah.
Old
Okay.
style. She be pulling out. What did she wear last week? That was a little vest.
All right.
Oh, she came in. I thought she was like a grandma lost.
I was gonna say Simone got that old school vibe. You know what I'm saying? She got that old cardigan. She got the monocle.
She got the
pocket watch.
Hey, I was just coming from my stroll at the park, all right?
Well, yeah, she came in the shop.
Listening to her
and
walking man.
She had her vest and she was styling.
Bro, Kyle, it's called
Yes.
Walkman.
Oh, it's called
It's a Walkman.
He said walk.
It's not
said
a
a
walking
walking
man.
That's my bad.
Walking man.
Through with the walking man.
That's the running man. That's the running
I'm
man.
dying.
But like, I feel like with like, especially like with music, the reason why I love collecting is because, when I got the CDs from my parents and when we were actually talking about it recently, my dad was explaining when and where he got it, or the story of how he got
Wow.
it.
Yeah.
And I feel like with every vinyl that I do have, I can tell you a story of how I got it. And it's just an amazing feeling where you want to find this one record, you go record shopping and you finally find it. Like, oh my gosh, like your
Yeah.
heart explodes. You're literally so freaking happy. And it's just like, I feel like with everything, like, so like, what's that called? Like, ready at hand, like you get anything. It's like you could slow down time, appreciate the small things in life, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What vinyl? Tell us a story about a specific vinyl that you found and how you found it. Tell a story around it.
Okay. I don't know if you guys know. Well, you guys should know who Ice Cube is.
Oh, hell yeah.
But he has an album.
No idea.
Who that?
But his first album ever or his first solo album ever when he parted ways was America's Most Wanted. America KKK's Most Wanted, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was just like record shopping or like going vinyl shopping with my friend. He's not really into my friend that I went with wasn't really into vinyls. So I was just like quickly browsing, and I think we were in Berkeley,
Berserkly. and
and I saw it and I was like, there's no way. There's no way that that this is here in front of me right now. That I found it right now. And I wasn't even looking for it. And I think I got it for like $15, something like that, $8, $15, something like that. And I was like, I wonder if it's scratched or not, because like sometimes, you know, when you buy records from the record store and they're like cheaper than what they actually should be, it means they're scratched. But then it ended up not being scratched. But the reason why like it's so crazy was because I think this record goes for like $200 now.
Wow.
But yeah.
Really?
Yeah, It goes for $200 because they don't make it anymore.
I'm gonna check on eBay real quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. And actually, too, me and my friend, I didn't buy it because it's so expensive, but we recently went to a vinyl shop or a record shop in Fremont, and we were talking to the guy that was selling stuff, and he pulled out cassettes, and he pulled out E40s cassettes and Too Shorts cassettes. And each of them was like over $400 because they were the cassettes that they were handing out at the time before they were big. So, you know, when people are like, oh, here's my SoundCloud. Here's my cassette tape. You know, like
out the trunk.
Walking out, just like handing out.
Yeah.
Here, listen to me. Yeah, he had those and I held it. And I was like, this is $400.
Yeah. He used to sell it on International in Oakland. That road. He straight up just sell those cassettes Too Short. It's crazy.
And I was like, wow. Like, a lot of people they're like, okay, it's just a cassette tape. But it's like, no, like, you don't understand.
Damn.
Yeah.
I see your style. You like the things with stories on it.
Yes.
It has a story. It has a life. It has a character. You know, like every item has a story and it tells a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm a very deep person.
Even
like deep
the art,
everything.
too. The art is crazy, right? So, yeah, you just look at it and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Absurdity of the day. Happy Halloween. I'm just kidding. All right. Let me pull out my phone for this one because I forgot
Halloween theme.
It is Halloween.
What the absurdity of the day is.
Too bad Jonathan doesn't need a costume because he already looks ugly. Just
oh my god. That's a little mean.
Hey, real quick. Wow. What is absurdity of the day for our listeners?
So the absurdity of the day is basically a fun fact or a weird fact that we just want to say because, you know, lighten things up. We're going to be talking about serious things. And just lighten things up and makes you know a random fact, you know.
Okay.
More knowledge, more power.
Let's go.
I'm just kidding.
facts.
Okay, so since I use this word a lot, I'm going to bring it up. The word y'all dates back to 1631.
Y'all. 1631.
Yeah, so it was first used by an English scholar named William when he wrote, "The captive men of strength I give to you, the weaker souled, and this y'all know is true."
Y'all know it's true.
This y'all know is true.
You say y'all.
But yeah, I just wanted to point that out there.
And that was the absurdity of the day.
Yeah, can you believe
That's
that?
it.
Y'all.
That's crazy.
It's actually crazy.
That's crazy, y'all.
That's crazy, y'all.
y'all already know. Just kidding.
Hey, yo, Kyle.
What's up?
Take off your mask, bro. It's not Halloween time yet.
I think it's Jonathan and Kyle just attacking each other as well, too. Okay, all right. Next question. Okay, so next thing. Okay, so what like really pushes you to like work really hard? What pushes you really hard and what makes you thrive? You know what I'm saying?
What drives you?
What drives you?
Well, this is hard. I think just having an ideal idea of where I want to be in my life in a couple years motivates me. And sometimes when that's not enough, I think another thing that motivates me is just, it's going to lead to the next question. But I think what motivates me is like the things that I do fear that pushes me to do better with my life, because I don't want to be in that place where I'm not living up to my fullest potential. I think that's what motivates me the most. And just like being happy, because like right now I'm happy, but when I'm able to do the things I want to do, it'll just feel like everything that I was working hard for is worth it.
So what motivates you is your fear of something. And so now, what is your fear? What is it that motivates you? What is that fear of something in terms of like, that drives you? What is that fear?
I think my fear is just not living up to the potential that I could have been, or not doing things that I would want to do, not reaching my highest like happy point, you know? If that makes sense. I pretty much, how would I want to describe this? Let's see. It's pretty much a fear of not accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish to better myself and better the world around me. Yeah.
So
Make sense?
So like, I guess for in a way like dealing with aspirations.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I fear like not doing that.
Is there?
That makes sense?
I think the answers are very general, and I think we're looking for something maybe more specific in terms of that with that question. I mean, I think there's a general thing of there's a fear that drives us, and we want to do the best. And I think is there would you be willing to share those specific things?
Like
what are those specific
things that I do fear?
Yeah. Because it's very general in terms of like I want to be at my best.
Yeah.
There's a specific thing. I'm curious.
Let's
And
see. I'm trying to think too. Like, what am I scared of? Oh my gosh, I don't know. See, like when I'm at my like happiest point in my life, or like when I'm happy, I can't think of anything bad really. But I guess one of my like fears is just being stuck. Just being stuck and not
growing,
That's deep.
not
at a plateau.
So like stagnation.
Yeah.
Stagnation, that's what you fear the most.
Yeah, I fear stagnation because I feel like it's weird. There's something in stillness that makes people anxious about things,
I
you know?
agree.
Yeah,
Does
even though like I like the idea of slowing time, taking things one step at a time, it's like when things are not happening, not going anywhere, not even slowing down, not even
at the stop.
Yeah, at a stop. Like that's probably what I fear the most. And I don't like that feeling of just I have no control of succeeding or even going at a bottom level because I've reached rock bottom, like that type. You know?
So the idea of you moving forward gives you peace.
Yes.
And you know that you're moving forward no matter what. And you're always trying to figure out how to progress,
Yes.
how to learn. And the idea, I think, it really shows like why, the drive in you in terms of you going to school, working a couple of jobs and trying to find the things, do the things and to grow. And I think, that's a real thing to be fear of, like not be able to just grow.
Yeah.
And I think, it explains a lot in terms of what I've seen in the short time that I've known you. That, I could see that what drives you. You just want to continue to move and move and move. And I think that's a good thing. And, again, in terms of like we talking about earlier, in terms of being able to practice, and then learning and practice and learning. So, and you're doing that. So,
Yeah. And like also another thing that I forgot who said it, but like makes so much sense to me. How like, when people say enjoy the journey, because when you reach the top, all there is down.
Ooh.
And I think that's what I want to live by because life, I don't know, for me personally, take things in life seriously, but not too seriously.
sure.
Yeah.
And the beauty of like going through the journey to where you want to be is like, okay, it's always like, okay, I accomplished this. Let's go to the next thing I'm accomplished. It's always a constant climb.
Yeah.
And there's never, like for me personally, there's never a mountaintop. Like they say, the sky's the limit,
Right.
Like there's never a mountaintop. So I'm not reaching to be the top. I'm just reaching to be better than the next.
Right. And again, I think everyone's top might be different, right? And
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Again, in the idea of top, and if we compare ourselves to other people, that's really not a good thing. But I think if you compare yourself with yourself in terms of where have you been and where you're going, I think that's a good way to actually improve yourself in many ways.
Yeah. I think the biggest growth is in the journey, like what you said.
Yeah.
It's always in the journey. I mean, once you get to the destination, I feel like that's not where everything really lies. It's within the obstacles and everything that you face and you go through
Yes.
along the way. So big ups to you for that. That's for sure. That's a big thing for sure.
I'm gonna be corny as hell,
Go ahead, do your thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it, Jonathan. Do it.
but it's the climb.
Yes.
Wait,
Miley
wait.
Cyrus.
Is that a song?
Where's
Is that a
that from?
specific song?
Miley Cyrus.
Oh, Miley
Miley
Cyrus.
Cyrus, bro.
Do it, Johnny.
Sing it, sing
You
it,
know,
sing it.
Sing it, Johnny.
Let's
Sing
go.
it, Johnny.
Okay, relax. All right, that's as far as I'm gonna go. But you know, like it's just sort of like, you know, Simone was talking about like, you know, mountains and all this stuff. I was just sort of like, you know, it's not about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb, you know,
Yes.
because like I think, yeah, because okay, so like corniness aside and jokes aside, I think one of the biggest things, right? Like obviously outcomes are always very lovable in a sense. Like we all love out like reaching endpoints, but realistically, you know, you can't really reach that without struggling and, you know, going through progressions and just, you know, climbing, you know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of the I guess like the rewarding feeling comes from, which is sort of like, damn, I really went through hell and back just to make it here. And you really reflect on what you went through to truly appreciate even more, you know, what destination you reached. But I think also, as you mentioned, right, it's not about hitting pinnacles. It's about, yeah, like, I guess like in a sense, like, yeah, like, you know, going through like hilltops in a sense, but always keeping, you know, momentum and always continuing, you know what I'm saying? Because that's pretty much life, you know, there's just a continuum in life and you want to just keep going and keep flowing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, getting over a struggle, you know, will bring a new struggle and so forth, right?
Exactly.
And that's the way we grow naturally.
Yeah.
And you know, if you have folks that doesn't learn and continue to do the same thing, you know,
Sounds like stagnation to me.
Exactly.
right? So yeah, we just have to continue to challenge ourselves to do different things and learn from our own experience and struggle through the things, you know. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you know, you were saying a few things about Simone, Mike. So just as y'all did in the last episode about putting me on the spot, let's put Simone on the spot. So you've noticed a lot. What other things have you noticed about Simone since you've known her? We'll go around
We
the
talking
table.
shit?
I'm shy.
No,
I'm
I'm
a
just
little
kidding.
shy.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
moment?
it's that moment.
I'm shy.
No, I think I've known her for a short time, and I think one of the things that I've seen is that her drive. You know, again, like going to school, she has a plan. She planned things out, and then like, you know, and working 2 jobs. I mean, again, those are the things that inspires me. Like, you know, in terms of what we're talking about, the act, right? The act of people that what they do, and so that in itself, like, you know, tells me like, yo, you're hardworking and you're willing to like, you know, persevere through things and just to make something of yourself. And so yeah, that's something I appreciate about you. And so yeah.
Thanks.
Up to you, MC Churro. That's you.
Yeah, so I think, you know, just to acknowledge things, right? Like, obviously, you know, I got to know you when you were a freshman. What the hell was I, a junior? Yeah, you were, yeah. So, you know, I was like, you know, junior year, senior year, and even like after high school graduation, right? Like, I kind of knew you, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't really get to actually know you. And so, like, you know, I guess in a way, like reconnecting years later, right? I mean, I don't know. It's just, you know, like for a lot of us in high school, just sort of we weren't like fully developed in terms of like our identity and what ambitions, aspirations, and drives we have, you know what I'm saying? And I can definitely speak a lot about that in regard to myself. I just was very lost. And so, you know, going through Deanza, and taking a lot of ethnic studies courses and all this sort of stuff, I found sort of like my identity and what aspirations and ambitions I have in life. And so, you know, being able to reconnect with you recently and kind of seeing that growth in you as well, you know what I'm saying? Like just where your mind is at and like what you have in plans for the future, that sort of stuff. And just sort of like, you know, it's pretty cool and it's pretty amazing because, you know, as a lot of us in this podcast, we like to have deep conversations. We like to have, you know, like pretty intricate talks, you know, and just sort of like be able to find more people who are on the same wavelength. You know, that's just very empowering, not just for oneself, but for others too. And as a collective, because it's just sort of like, oh, we're not talking about like, yo, did you see the latest post by this so-and-so influencer or celebrity, or like, yo, it's just sort of like we take it deeper, you know, and it's just sort of like it makes us feel, I guess, a little more whole, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just sort of like food for thought, and that just you know is very nutritious mentally.
Yes.
Forget about it.
So it's the growth. It's
the growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do I think about Simone? Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, I've known you for like the longest time, and we've always been really close.
How long?
And-
How long?
Did we cover that last time? I think we did, huh?
8 years?
8 years? God
Something like
damn,
that.
that's so crazy. You know, we have a love and hate relationship. Just kidding. We always burn each other
just
too.
hate. I'm just
It just
kidding.
hates. Yeah, exactly. We've been making no, but I mean, for real, like I said, you know, you're one of the biggest hustlers I know, and one of the most selfless people I know too, and very genuine with what you say and what you preach, and so passionate about the goals that you set for yourself. And that, like I said, that's something that I really look up to, because there's not a lot of people that's on that same level altogether. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's so crazy, and how you like really appreciate the small things in life. Because me, I'm like the total opposite with things. I always see the bigger picture, which is not a bad thing, but with learning from you on how you like appreciate like smaller things, like whether it's style to music to the ideas that you bring to the table, it's always like there and it's on point and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. Y'all really got to meet Simone for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
give her
very
a follow.
weird. Yeah, give me a follow.
And
I'm
get to
very
know her.
Simone.
Exactly. And I just love how like this since I met you, you've just even from the beginning to like where you are at now, you've grown a lot, and just not caring about what people think about you, what you post. You know, you're just out there just like that. And it's beautiful to see that, because you know, from what you were when I first met you to now, it's just so different, and I don't think people are ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Period.
It's the independence for me.
Independence for me. It's the passion for me.
For me, it's the you know, Simone used to be like 5'6", and now she's like 5'7".
Now she's 6'2", bro.
Yeah.
She's
Bro.
6'2".
Like literally, like it's the growth for me.
She's
It's
like
the growth
growth
for me, you
for
it's
know.
crazy.
It's
Growth,
gross.
literally, physically. You're pretty tall for a Filipino girl. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait.
Yeah,
How,
yeah.
how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6".
That's tall for a Filipino girl.
Good lord, you're taller than me.
Wow. now that y'all
tall.
know.
At one point, my grandma even told me, like, stop growing or else you won't find a boyfriend. I was like,
Whoa.
Old
I mean,
expectations.
everyone is short in the Bay Area. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I feel like-
At least in San Jose, Milpitas.
I feel like where we live, I'm pretty tall. But
you are.
if we go anywhere else in the world,
You're like hella short.
yeah,
You're
I'm like,
hella short.
I mean, like the average height for females is 5'4". So
Really? Oh, so
Yeah.
that's above. Oh.
I
How about
guess
for Filipino girls?
I'm above average.
I guess-
Filipino girls probably like 5'2".
4'11". Just kidding.
I guess
Probably.
I'm an average female.
Like it's average.
Oh, good lord.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Doesn't matter what height you are.
Forget about
It's
it.
about the confidence.
That's
y'all.
what's up.
Facts.
Hey,
confidence.
period.
Period.
I say period a lot, y'all. Period.
Periodo, fool.
Oh, fool. He said fool. Alright, y'all. Well, this brings us to an end of finding out who Simone Tayaba is, y'all. Wow, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
You y'all feel like we learned a lot more about her? I feel like I did.
Really?
Nah. I know everything about you, so
No,
it's
you
all
don't.
good. Maybe I don't.
Palabra, fool. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be
Palabra.
it. Oh my God,
Is that how you say it?
forget about it.
That's your that's your forget about it.
Palabra, fool.
Palabra, fool.
Is that period in Spanish?
Yeah, I mean.
What does that mean?
that mean?
What does that
No,
mean?
no. That's
Oh.
it's like the equivalent of saying like word.
Word.
Palabra.
Palabra.
Okay.
No, but you gotta say it. Palabra, fool.
Palabra,
Palabra,
fool.
fool. You gotta add the fool there.
Okay.
PYP, Pretty Young Brown.
Got you.
Just kidding. It's Pick Your Brain podcast.
But we are pretty young and brown. So
Yes, we are Pretty Young
you
and
already
Brown.
know.
Make sure y'all follow us at PYB Podcast on Instagram.
Yes, on Instagram.
Okay, you can also search us up on Facebook. Pick Your Brain. PICKYABRAIN.
Let's go.
Let's
You're
go.
Brian.
All right.
Remember
Exit music. Exit music. Let's go.
Exit
All right,
music.
y'all.
Let's get it.
You can also You can also find us on OnlyFans, you know, PYB.
No, we are not on OnlyFans.
Hey, today was really
y'all.
fun.
Yes, it was. Thank you for tuning in and listening. If you did listen, and yeah, tune in back next week, the week after that, the continuous weeks, and get to know us more.
Yes. We out.
Episode 3, we interviewing Jonathan, MC Churro. Let's go, y'all. It's your boy DJ Asthmatic.
Simone Tayaba.
Wait, we're interviewing you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we switched the schedule. All right. It's your boy, Jonathan, a.k.a. MC Churro.
All right.
Done. Out.
Bye, y'all.